back, or welcome to the Film and TV channel. If you've not been here before, where have you been? Yes, we have a look at a drama series today, just 3-episode drama series. I do monetize the channel now, guys, so if you can watch any of the ads or follow any of the links, that'll help me greatly. Obviously, we can charge memberships and stuff like this, but I'll never charge for that. And hopefully you enjoy the content that I put out on this film and TV channel. And please watch my sister channel as well if you're interested in football. And my team, Manchester City, I do lots of stuff on those as well. Anyway, yes, we're going to talk about a 3-episode drama, and we're going to talk the BBC. And I'll give you a little hint. I'm not living with too much trepidation with this one. We usually approach BBC dramas based on true events, which this is, a little bit of trepidation because obviously a lot of people have a lot of complaints. But I'm hoping with this one, fingers crossed, it's got to sort of fly through this one. Not fly through, it's a serious subject, but at least be appreciated for what they tried to do with this story. Yeah, 3-episode television series, first aired on the 3rd of January 2022 on BBC One, and it's about a guy called Stephen Port, and he's played by Stephen Merchant. He's a murderer, Port, a serial killer, and obviously a serial rapist as well. And Sheridan Smith stars in this, and she plays Sarah Sack, the mother of Anthony Walgate. I'll get the name right, Anthony Walgate, who was Port's first victim. Yeah, so this is what it's about in 3 episodes. Just about right, I think. I think they hit the nail on the head there, BBC, on this one. And this is the dramatisation of the aftermath of the 4 murders carried out by Stephen Port between 2014 and 15. Not so long ago, guys. Interesting, that one. Obviously, we'll chat about that in a minute. It's now available to watch, binge watch, only 3 episodes anyway, on BBC iPlayer here in the UK. So check your streaming sites wherever you are. We also get stars Tim Preston as Anthony Walgate, Jacob Svek as Gabriel Cavari, Samuel Barnett as Ryan Edwards, Robert Ems as Ricky, Michael Gibson as DC Slaymaker, and Chris Hitchens as Tom, and many others as well. Yeah, looking at the scores on this, we've only really got Internet Movie Database at this early stage. We're only a day or two after the first episode aired. And it's getting a very healthy, it was 8.4 out of 10. It's dropped a little bit. It's 8.1 out of 10 now, but still quite impressive. And that's based on 103 scores and reviews. Only 3 people have left a review, but they're all positive anyway, so that's a good sign. And that's as at 3 p.m, 4th of January 2022. Yeah, and you know me about the 10 out of 10s, but I'll let it go on things like this. I've recently just done a review on another little mini-series called Anne, and I have the same sort of feeling on that one. It's a bit churlish not to accept the 10 out of 10s, because I do appreciate nothing's worth 10 out of 10, but if something is worth 10 out of 10, that little series Anne and this probably would be worth 10 out of 10 if they're done correctly, of course. So of that 103 people, 35 scored it 10 out of 10. Quite high. 63 scored it anywhere between 6 and 9, which is fair enough. A couple scored it between 2 and 5, but they didn't leave a review. And 3 people scored it 1 out of 10, and again, didn't leave a review. So I have no idea who those people are, but very strange bunch, in my opinion. Can't please everyone all the time, can we? Even with a true story. Ian Brumpton, he scored this 8 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database. He wrote this on the 3rd of January. I thought I'd just share it with you, 3rd of January 2022. He said, anyone watching this adaptation of a terribly botched investigation by the Met Police must first and foremost think of the 4 young men who lost their lives to this monster, and to the friends and family still mourning their loss. The writers correctly took a respectful approach to honestly retelling the stories of the 4 young men without melodrama or sensationalisation. It was very well made in all departments, with strong understated performances from Sheridan Smith and Stephen Merchant. Powerful and moving television. Yeah, another critique again on Internet Movie Database said, the BBC back on form, nice to hear, with this essential, compassionately made drama about one of the worst mistakes in British policing. Probably was. Right, my little thoughts, the apparent attitude initially with this, obviously we're talking basically murders of gay men as well. The apparent attitude of police shown rightly or wrongly, and I think for the most part, having read between the lines and looked at a few things since I watched this rightly, I thought this was from the 70s, not literally 6 or 7 years ago. Very, very strange. I was so surprised. I knew it wasn't from the 70s because of the obviously the way it was set and the time it was set, but very, very poor, very poor. That gave me that impression from certainly the initial links and reactions of the police, etc. Stephen Merchant is okay. I'm a big fan of Stephen Merchant. Not so much in a serious role like this, but I think he does okay, and he just about works in this role. Obviously, without knowing the proper person. I don't particularly want to know the proper guy he was playing, to be honest with you, but I think he just about works. Although, obviously, Stephen Merchant, it's very hard to look at him and not think of the sort of comedy-based stuff he does, and it is quite difficult. And it's a brave role. It's a brave thing to put him into this part, to actually make him play that part, and all credit to the producers and directors and the casting, etc., and all credits for doing that, and all credit for Stephen Merchant for taking it on. And he does okay. He does okay, although I say it was a little bit strange. It was a bit hard to get used to. Of course, Sheridan Smith is always very, very watchable, and other actors as well. There's one or two, not the greatest, but most of the other actors do a very competent job as well. But Sheridan Smith obviously is outstanding as ever you'd expect. It does make you worry, of course, thinking aside about the way police deal with things based on how true events are portrayed in this, and the public seems to put two and two together as we do watching this. Even you know, we're all sleuths, aren't we? To be honest with you, the public seems to put two and two together and made four, where, you know, far more competently than the Met Police did as portrayed in this, which is, as far as I know, as I said, it's a dramatisation, of course it is, but seems to be fairly realistic telling of their apparent incompetence. Interesting to hear that since this, 5 of the officers involved in the original investigation that made a botch of it, let's be honest about it, have actually been promoted since. So probably tells us more about the police service than anything, doesn't it? Let's be honest about it. I'm getting political. I don't usually get political, but I think it's a point to be made, isn't it? Port himself received a life sentence with a whole life order on the 25th of November 2016, meaning he will never be released. Very good for that. As the critique quoted before said, this is exceptionally put together and tells an awful story, very, very respectively in my mind. As mentioned, it's hard to believe that this was just, 6 or 7 years ago. Very, very hard to believe. Well done, the BBC, and we don't say that very often, or I don't say that very often, although I give a little bit more credit, perhaps, than some people sometimes, but well done the BBC, a very, very good presentation. I will give it 7.5 out of 10 for a BBC drama. That's probably almost as good as a 10 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you think, guys, anyway, if you got a chance to watch this, and hope you appreciated it. I would say enjoy. It's hard to say enjoy things like this, isn't it? You don't say enjoy, but it is. At the end of the day, it is entertainment. And I've said it many, many times, and it thoroughly interesting story. Made me look a bit at the real story as well, which is always good. Always good if it sort of inspires you to check out the real story behind a drama. So excellent. Well done, BBC. 7.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think, guys. Thanks for watching. We're going to do a state. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More important, let's all look after each other. To meet here again on the Film and TV channel, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please, stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.